Speaking at an event in the Montreal area Tuesday, Trudeau said Canadian negotiators are pushing hard to conclude an agreement with the country's southern neighbors that is a win for all.
Our team is right now in Washington digging into the progress made and looking at what the next steps are. We will engage in a positive and constructive way, as we always have been, and look forward to ultimately signing a deal as long as it is good for Canada and good for middle-class Canadians.
The Canadian Prime Minister made his remarks a day after the United States and Mexico announced they had reached a deal that would replace the North American Free Trade Agreement. Trump has frequently labeled the 24-year-old NAFTA as a disaster for American workers because it encouraged U.S. manufacturers to move south of the border to use cheaper Mexican labor. He said if a deal with Canada cannot be reached, he would increase tariffs on Canadian cars and auto parts.
But I think we'll give them a chance to probably have a separate deal. We could have a separate deal or we could put it into this deal.
Asked if Trump can terminate NAFTA without congressional approval, Secretary of Treasury Steven Mnuchin said yes.
That was a big part of, quite frankly, getting Mexico and Canada to the negotiating table. I think they were fine with the status quo because it was advantageous to them. And the president delivered on what he said he'd do. He cut a better deal for American workers and for American companies on an old agreement. So this is the first of many trade agreements you'll see.
While the Trump administration hails the new agreement with Mexico, Democrats in the Congress are cautious.
I'm a little worried this one's like North Korea. You know, they have a nice announcement, but then we don't see the details, and who knows what we'll see afterwards.
The United States and Canada have had long-standing disputes over duties on cars and dairy products, drug prices, and protection of intellectual property that are hampering a speedy renegotiation of NAFTA. Zlatica, Hoke, VOA News, Washington.